as one of the leaders of this team and a veteran who's been around a long time, what is the message that you are leaving with these guys that you want them to take forward?
I mean, of course, it didn't end how we wanted it to. Injuries and stuff played a factor, but at the end, there's no excuse. I think right now it's just still raw. I think everyone just needs to, take a week or two just to decompress and let the pain pass a little bit. But I think just use it as motivation. I think that's the biggest takeaway. Use it as motivation this summer for guys to keep getting better, try to get 1% better. Look at the mirror, see which areas they can improve in. Kenny said that as well yesterday in the locker room. So I think that's probably the first thing you could say right now.
What is required for this organization to take the next step?
I think just guys keep getting better. Guys who's made great leaps this year. Obviously you guys saw the coming of the Evan Mobley that this franchise wants and needs, and with his success and getting Defensive Player of the Year and being that unicorn guy that is a mismatch problem, we saw that. So just him keep going and developing. DG getting back to an all-star level. Obviously Don being a veteran guy. So. And then Jay being Mr. Reliable, consistent, playing every game and being there for us, whether guys were in and out the lineup. So, our core forward, they all took steps forward, but there's another level. There's another level to this, and I think they all understand that, and they'll use that as motivation this summer.
You guys all talked about it coming into this year, that your judgment was going to come in the playoffs, and that's the only thing that mattered. Do you think that's fair, that that's what this season comes down to?
I mean, I think as a competitor, right, it's about winning a championship or putting yourself in the best position to win a championship. So, of course, we didn't get there. But, this is part of our story. I truly believe this franchise can get back to playing in June. I feel like we have the DNA and the cornerstone pieces to get there. Just got to, it's hard in this league to win. In the playoffs, it's sometimes matchups, health. For us this year was health. So we're moving in the right direction. We just got to keep refining and getting better.
Danny?
Tristan, Donovan, and Max, a number of guys have said that the regular season is just not going to be something that matters next year externally. And you have, in your career, been in a situation where the regular season did not matter. The only thing that matters is you. So how do you as a leader, what advice do you give to this group going into a situation that now becomes that where the only thing that matters is the postseason?
Yeah, I think we just got to all kind of figure out a roadmap. I think each player's got to look at a roadmap on where they are in September and where they want to be starting the postseason and what they need to do throughout the course of the year to make sure they're at the right place physically, mentally, to be ready for the real challenge, which is the playoffs. So I think but I think it's good. It helps guys mature and look in the mirror and really figure out what's best for them to be where they need to be when it comes to postseason play.
Where do you think that this team needs to improve the most in order to get there?
I mean, we just lost less than 24 hours ago, so it's still raw. So I'm not even thinking that. I'm still proud of our guys. I'm proud of the way these guys fought, competed at a high level. Everyone in that locker room, wants to win. They're about the right things, high character guys. So that's number one. In terms of what you're asking, I mean, it's too early to know that. And that's probably not a question you can ask me, so.
Tristan, Kenny, Max, talked about physical and mental toughness.
Mm-hmm.
How much of a factor?
I mean, I think the playoffs in general, I think it's not about just a factor to us. I think it's just the playoffs in general, right? Every matchup is about which team can be more physical. The possessions go down, the physicality goes up. There's less, the whistle's blown less. So it's about, physicality, mental toughness, who's going to play hard and compete for longer, right? I think you got to get the Pacers credit. They competed at a higher level with the physicality for longer. We did at moments, but they were able to do it and sustain it for longer. And you got to give credit to them. They're a team that's went to the conference finals last year. They beat a tough Knicks team. They beat a tough Milwaukee team last year, so they have that. They brought the same group back with the same coaching staff. I think that's very important as well, right? So they're very familiar with this journey, and for us having Kenny for his first year, getting to this point. So now next year we'll be better, right? We'll have this same staff, majority of the same players, so then we'll be able to take that next jump.
Is it as simple as experience and maturity, or do you need something else to do that?
No, I think experience is the best teacher in life in general. It doesn't matter if it's basketball, it doesn't matter if it's relationships, don't matter if it's school. You fail the driver's test, that's experience. You do better the next time, right? So it's the same shit in life.
Tristan, what you enjoyed about this chapter of your career?
I mean, it's fun being able to just, watch these young guys blossom, being able to give, the wisdom that I've gained from other great veterans before me and great players that I've played with, being able to pay for it. I think that's what it's about when you're a guy in my position, being able to give back and help with your knowledge, right? Because, these guys are super talented and blessed, but they don't have the knowledge and experience, and that's where I come in to help them with that, hold them accountable, give my ideas, not just the coaches, not just the players, but the coaches as well. I think it's a whole unity and community. And, I've been with this franchise since I've been 19, back in 2011, so I'm as invested as anybody else in terms of getting Cleveland back to the mountaintop. So,
How do you decide to keep going? Why do you want to keep going?
love the game. If I still get upset when we lose, so that means I still love the game. Because when you don't get upset and you don't care no more, then it's time to walk away.
Don's talked all year about this team's ability to just bounce back, whether it's in a game, in the midst of a losing streak, whatever it may be. What kind of response do you expect fresh off of this going into next season?
Guys will be hungry. I know guys are pissed, they're angry, they're upset. So I think guys are going to be super motivated this summer. I think a lot of guys know where they need to get better at. I think the good thing about our team is that we're realists, we understand. So we have some hungry guys, and it's going to make us very dangerous.
Tammy, last question.
You mentioned that hunger. Donovan was talking about the Pacers, just their level of hunger. Boston, when they won their championship, the level of hunger they had. How can getting so close to your goals and seeing it right in front of you and the season ending so abruptly maybe elevate that level of hunger for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
You got to starve before you eat. You got to starve, go days without food before you can eat. So I think we understand that. Guys, I think mutually across the board have that feeling. So we got some hungry motherfuckers. So I know they're gonna do whatever they can this summer to get themselves right, because we got some work to do, but we're hungry, and we know what it looks like. We know that it's gonna take a full team effort, and guys will be ready next year.